Welcome back to another game of on-base baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I'm the designer and creator of On Base. We are continuing our 2022 Braves Instant Replay, where we replay the first game in each series of 2022. How do we do that? We are actually using 2022 ZiPS projections that I'm getting from fangraphs.com, and then I'm applying the necessary formulas and extracting the necessary values to get our batting runs, defense, and speed, which are our main values to play on-base baseball. We have our dice roller here. We have the game engine chart, same one that we've been using for the entire 2022 season instant replay. And we have our teams. This is going to be Atlanta at Milwaukee. This game was played on May 16th, just a few days ago. The winner was Milwaukee 1-0 in a very well pitched ball game. Freddie Peralta had a real good game. Ian Anderson had an excellent start as well. And so this is going to be, I hope, a good pitching matchup. We'll see. Ian Anderson pitched above his ER or above his FIP, and Peralta was dominant in the game as well with many strikeouts. I think he had 8 to 10 strikeouts in the game. The Braves are going to send up, this is their lineup. They'll have Travis DeMeritt leading off. He'll play right field, so no Acuna in this game. It'll be DeMeritt in right, Olson, Matt Olson at first, Austin Riley at third, Ozuna in left, Travis d'Arnaud catching, Ozzie Albies at second, Duvall hitting seventh and playing center, Swanson at short, and then Orlando, is it Orlando Arcia? Arcia, I can't remember his first name, is playing first, or he's DHing and hitting ninth. It'll be Ian Anderson, the young right-hander on the mound for the Braves. And for the Brewers, it'll be Colton Wong leading off, playing second. Urias at short, Yelich DHing Rowdy Tellez at first, Hunter Renfro in right, batting fifth, Narvaez, the catcher, hitting sixth, Teron Taylor in left, batting seventh, Chase Peterson at third base, he'll be hitting ninth, and then Lorenzo Kane, he'll be batting in the number 9 hole, playing center field. Now, I went back and looked at all the Milwaukee starters. So we played Milwaukee in this replay maybe 2 or 3 series before. So it's sort of a home-and-home set at this point with Milwaukee. And every Milwaukee batter has gone up. Game was a 3-2 win by the Braves. I didn't check the Braves players, but they're all about the same. But Milwaukee, their batters have all raised their batting runs to a man. Every one of them has raised their batting runs. So the offense is starting to come alive a little bit. The pitching is always there for Milwaukee. So it should be a good game. We'll see how this turns out on the tabletop. We're using the modern game engine chart, and I think we're ready to get started. So this is Atlanta and Milwaukee. It will be DeMeritt, Olson, and Riley leading off against Freddie Peralta in the first inning. That's a 1-3 and a 1. Peralta will be pitching out of this first column. Anderson will be pitching out of the second column. So expecting a good pitching matchup here. A 1-3 to Travis DeMeritt, who is a 7 batting runs, is going to be a ground out right back to the pitcher. Peralta flips it over to first for out number 1. Brings up Matt Olson. A 1-6 to Olson is going to be a fly out to left center field, and the left fielder Taylor makes the play. 2 down now, and here's a 1-3 to Austin Riley. A 1-3 is going to be a ground out to the first baseman. So first baseman Tellez takes it to first himself, waves off the pitcher, and that's going to be out number 1 as he takes it unassisted over to first base. 3 up, 3 down, go the Braves, and we head to the bottom of the first. It will be Colton Wong, Urias, and Yelich against the right-hander Anderson. That's a 1-3. 1-3s are wild here, and so it's going to be a 1-3 to a 9. Same thing, it's going to be a ground out to first base. We'll go 3-1 on the putout. Sharing is caring. And a 2-5 to Urias, who is a 13. 2-5 is going to be a flyout with an error check. So it's a fly ball to right field. Checking the error on Travis Demeritte. He's a minus. It doesn't matter here. So Demeritte makes the play in right. And that brings up Yelich with 2 out and nobody on. It's a 4-6 to a 23. A 4-6 to a 23 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. And that'll be Anderson's first strikeout as he gets Yelich looking. 3 up, 3 down, go Milwaukee in the bottom of the first. Go to the top of the second. It's Ozuna, d'Arnaud, and Albies against Freddie Peralta. It's a 1-6. It's going to be a fly out to center field. Kane makes the play for out number 1. And 1 out, nobody on for Travis d'Arnaud. It's a 2-6 to a 1. A 2-6 out of the pitcher column is going to be a strikeout. So Peralta gets his first strikeout of the day. And that leads us to Ozzie Albies, who's batting 6 for the Braves. That's a 2-4 to Albies. 2-4 to a 13 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So back-to-back case for Peralta as he gets Albies looking on that one. So 3 up, 3 down, go the Braves in the top of the second. Heading to the bottom of the second, and it's going to be Ian Anderson against Tellez, Renfro, and the catcher Narvaez. Here's a 3-3. 3-3 to a 15. 3-3 is nothing here. So 3-3 to a 15 is going to be a double, and that's Rowdy Tellez. Goes to deep left field. Gets it over the left fielder Ozuna, and he cruises into second base with a stand-up double. Runner at second base now for Hunter Renfro, who had a great series in the actual games. There's a 2-5 to an 8. 2-5 to an 8 is going to be a flyout to right center field with an error check. And this time it is going to be an error on Demeritte. So we're going to say E9 as he gets there, but he can't make the play. And that will move the runner to third base. So runners at first and third with nobody out. So sticky situation here is a 1-4. A 1-4 to a 6 is going to be a walk. So Anderson getting into deep trouble here as the bases are loaded, and it's be Teron Taylor to the plate. It's a 3-6 to a -1, and that will be a fly ball to center field. Let's go ahead and try to score Tellez from third. So anything 1 to 5 on the D9, he'll be safe. It's a 3, and that is a sacrifice fly. And that will be the first run of the game. So Milwaukee takes a 1-0 lead on the sac fly from Teron Taylor. It was really a 50-50 chance. And Milwaukee being aggressive on the base pass brings up Jace Peterson with 2 on and 1 out. That's a 1-3 to a 2. 1-3 to a 2 is going to be a ground out, and that's to Dansby Swanson at short. So we are going to assume the out at second base. And let's see if we get him at first. He's a 7, so it's going to be a tough get. And they don't get him there, so we're going to go 6-4 on the fielder's choice. The runner Renfro makes it to third. It's going to be first and third with 2 outs, and that brings up Lorenzo Kane. Here's a 2-2 to Kane, and that's going to be a double right off of Anderson's column. So that moves the runner to third. We're going to try to score him. The runner from third, Renfro, is going to score on the double. And let's try to score Peterson on coming around from first. A 1-7, and he's safe on the D9. 8 or 9, he'll be out. And that's a 7 as he just gets in under the tag. Good relay, but not good enough. And that's a 2-run double from Lorenzo Kane. Back to the top of the order, it's Colton Wong. It's a 5-6 to Wong. 5-6 is to a 9 is going to be a strikeout, and that will end the inning. But not before the Brewers get 3 runs, and they get 3 runs on 2 hits, including a big double from Lorenzo Kane, who's done next to nothing in the actual season so far, but maybe his fortunes are turning around. It's going to bring up the Braves in the top of the third. They're down 3-0. It'll be Duvall, Swanson, and Arcia against Johnny Peralta. Freddie Peralta. How old am I, right? 6-6 to a -2 will be a long single. And because he has the speed of a 7, that's going to turn that long single into a double. So it's a hustle double for Duvall, as he is at second base now, with nobody out and Dansby Swanson to the plate. A 1-2 to a 5 would be a ground out, but the runner advances, so it's going to be a ground out 4-3. Runner would have advanced anyway. And we have 1 out with a runner at third and Arcia at the plate. That's a 1-4 to a 2. That'll be a walk. So runners now at the corners with 1 out. Not necessarily a bad situation for Peralta, as he could get out with a double play. That's a 2-5 to demerit. And a 2-5 to a 7 is going to be a fly out with an error check. So fly ball down the right field line. And let's see, it's Hunter Renfro in right, and he hustles and gets there to the line. Let's go ahead and try to bring Duvall home on the sac fly. Anything 1 to 7 on the D9, he will be safe. And that's a 4. That's going to be a sacrifice fly for demerit. And the Braves get on the board with a run here in the third. But it'll be 2 outs now with a runner at first base. This will be Matty Olson to the plate. He flied out to left in his first at bat. Here's a 3-6 to a 37. And that will be a fly out again, but this time he pulls it into the right center field gap. Renfro on the move, makes the play, and that will be out number 3. But the Braves do get 1 on the board. 3-1 now our score as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Ian Anderson will be facing off against the heart of the Brewers order, Urias, Yelich, and Tellez. It's going to be Urias, 1-2 to him. It's going to be a ground out. And we'll say 3-1 on the put out. A 1-5 to Christian Yelich, who is a 23. It's a 1-5 to a 23. A 1-5 to a 23 is going to be a grounder. Hot shot to Ozzie Albies, and he takes it over to first, and that's out number 2. That's a 2-4 to a 15. 2-4 is typically a double play or a strikeout. That's what we got here. So Ian Anderson with another K, and that's his 1-2 third of the day. The Brewers go down in order in the third, and still 3-1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. It's going to be Austin Riley, Marcell Ozuna, and Travis d'Arnaud against Freddie Peralta. I have all these old names like Pablo Ozuna in my head. A 1-4 to Riley is going to be a single. And so it's a base knock. First hit of the day for Austin. And the Braves have the runner on for the second straight inning, the first batter on in the second straight inning. And it's going to be Ozuna, who's come alive in this series. In the real series, so we'll see how that bodes for the Braves going forward. That's a 4-6 to a 0. 4-6 to a 0 will be a double play or a strikeout. Not so good here, so we're going to go 6-4 to 3 on the double play. And he'll be out with the fielder's choice. Brings up Travis d'Arnaud, nobody on, and 2 out. And there's a 2-5 to a 1 is going to be a fly out to straightaway left. And let's check the error on that. No error. Taylor makes the play, and that's going to be out number 3. So the Braves get the leadoff man on, but they can't get him around, and they put up a 0 in the top of the 4th. Go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Hunter Renfro, Narvaez, and Taylor, the left fielder, against Ian Anderson, the right-hander. There's a 2-6 to an 8. 2-6 to an 8 is going to be a ground out, and that's a ground ball to Riley, who picks it and over to first, makes the play for out number 1. It's a 2-3 to Narvaez, who is a 6. So a 2-3 to a 6 would be a ground out to the catcher, and we're going to check, who is it, Darno. Darno's a plus. Doesn't matter here as he jumps on the little squibber out in front of the plate, and over to Olson for out number 2. Taylor up now. That's a 1-6 to Taylor. It'll be a fly ball to left center field, and the center fielder Duvall ranges over and makes the play easily. That'll be out number 3. We head to the top of the 5th inning. It will be Ozzie Albies, Duvall, and Swanson against Freddie Peralta. Well-pitched game here. 3-1 is our score as we head to the top of the 5th. That's a 4-5 to a 13. 4-5 to a 13 is going to be a base knock, and that's a solid single up the middle for Ozzie Albies. Let's go ahead and try to steal second. Albies is a 7, so anything 1 to 7, he'll be safe. And he just gets in under the tag, the stolen base, and that will bring up Duvall, who doubled in his first at bat. That's a 5-5. Now going to be a double this time, and that'll be a line out or a foul out if it's a 6 or greater on the D9. It is a 6, so it's going to be a foul out for out number 1. So runner at second base for Dansby Swanson. 2-3 to Swanson, who is a 5, batting runs. That'll be a ground out to the second baseman. Let's do an error check. No error on the play. And the second baseman, Wong, gets it over to Tellez. That will push the runner over to third. And runner at third base now for Arcia. A 1-2. 1-2 is going to be a ground out with a runner in advance, but with 2 outs. No big deal. So that's going to be a 6-3 as Urias throws it to first, and that'll be out number 3. So the Braves get leadoff runner on again, or leadoff batter on again, and can't bring him around to score. Can't get that big hit. Peralta's doing a really good job of neutralizing this Braves offense. So go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 is our score. Milwaukee ahead of Atlanta. This is our 2022 Braves instant replay. We're recording on, what is today? We're recording on the 19th. This game was played on the 16th. Jace Peterson, Lorenzo Kane, and Colton Wong will be the 5th inning for the Brewers against Ian Anderson. So there's a 3-6 to a 2. 3-6 to a 2 will be a flyout, and that's down the left field line. And on his horse is Ozuna, and he will get there and make the play for out number 1. It's a 1-1, could be trouble. 1-1 to Kane. No trouble here, though. Got a strikeout. That will be, I believe, strikeout number 4 for Ian Anderson, and that will be out number 2 in the inning. Colton Wong is 0 for 2. He was one of those strikeout victims. Here's a 5-6, could be another one, and he will be. That'll be a strikeout looking as Ian Anderson with the perfectly placed 94-mile-an-hour fastball on the black, and that will be it for Milwaukee in the 5th inning. So we head to the 6th. 3-1 Brewers is our score. Peralta is at 18 batters. He can go 19 before he has to drop down a column. And Anderson is at 19 batters. He can go 22 before he has to drop. So we got probably another inning or more for each of these. Let's see how they do. Freddie Peralta will be going against Demerit, Olson, and Riley. 1, 2, 3 for the Braves. So there's a 1-2 to a 7 batting runs. That'd be a ground out to the second baseman. Albies over to Olson, and that's out number 1. I'm sorry, it's a Wong to Tellez. It's a 3-5 to Olson, and a 3-5 is going to be a flyout. That will be into the right center field gap, and Hunter Renfro makes the play there. And it's to be Austin Riley. Riley is 1 for 2 on the day. It's a 2-6. 2-6 out of the pitcher column. It's going to be a strikeout for Peralta. And that's only the strikeout, only number 3 for Freddie Peralta today. The Braves doing a much better job in this game of putting the bat on the ball than they were in the actual game that was played. Score still 3-1 though. Braves can't come through with the big hit in the sixth, and we head to the bottom of the sixth. It will be middle of the order against Anderson, Urias, Yelich, and Tellez. So the 2-5 to the shortstop. 2-5, he is a 13, so it has to be a fly out with an error check. Fly ball to left center field, and we're looking at the left fielder Ozuna, who is a minus. And it won't matter here as he gets there and makes the play. That's out number 1. Yelich now, he is 0 for 2. That's a 1-3, and he's probably going to be 0 for 3. So it's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. So he hits it hard, but right back to the pitcher, Anderson. Anderson over to first for out number 2, and that brings up Rowdy Tellez. Tellez with a double and a run scored back in the second inning. Here's a 3-6. A 3-6 to a 15 will be a fly out, and that's a fly ball down the right field line that Demerit gets there on deep in the corner, but he makes the play, and that's going to be out number 3. Now we're heading into the 7th inning. Freddie Peralta still in the game. He is at 18, 19, 20, 21 batters, so his stamina is 19, therefore he has reached that and passed it. And he's starting an inning past his stamina, which means that we will drop him 1 column. He's up 3-1. Let's see how he does in this inning against the Braves. It's going to be Ozuna, d'Arnaud, and Albies. Council is going to have a quick hook here, as these things tend to go south, even though they really shouldn't. Here's a 1-6 to a 0, and that's going to be a fly ball down the left field line. Ozuna pulls it hard, but the left fielder Taylor is up to the task, and that's going to be out number 1. Travis d'Arnaud. d'Arnaud is 0 for 2. Here's a 3-3 to a 1. And no longer is he here. He's here. So that's going to be a blank. And a 3-3 to a 1 is going to be Bombzola. And this is how it happens. You leave that guy in too long. And this is what happens every single time, man. It's like the universe is coming against making these decisions to push them past their stamina. So 3-2 is our ball game now. We're going to pull Freddie Peralta as he seems to be losing it, and Council doesn't want to lose this ball game. So let's look for a new pitcher for the Brewers. Okay, new pitcher for the Brewers is going to be Devin Williams. I sort of looked to the actual games to get an idea of who to bring in and who's available, and Williams came in, and then Hader came in for the save. Tight game in this one, just like in real life so far. Peralta goes 6 1/3, and Williams comes in with nobody on and 1 out, and he'll be facing Albies, Duvall, and Swanson. He's got a 2.59 FIP, and he can go 4 batters. So let's see if he gets 2 quick outs. Might be able to send him out for the 8th as well. There's a 3-4. I don't think that's going to be quick at all. 3-4 is a blank here, and that's a 3-4 to a 13. 3-4 to a 13 is a home run or a strikeout if the D9 is an 8 or 9. The D9 is a 3, and that's going to be back-to-back jacks. So Ozzie Albies goes to left center on the Devin Williams fastball, and there goes the Brewers' lead. So the game is tied now as the Braves have fought and clawed their way back into this one. Williams gives up a home run on the first pitch that he serves up, and it's going to be Duvall now. Duvall is 1 for 2 with a double. There's a 1-2 to a -2. 1-2 to a -2. 1-2 is always going to be a ground out with a runner advance, but no runners on base. It's going to be a 5-3 put out, and that will be Peterson over to Tellez to make the play. Brings up Dansby Swanson. Dansby has grounded out to second 2 times. And this is going to be a little bit different. So a 5-5 to a 5 is a line out or a foul out if the D9 is a 6 or greater. So that's going to be a line out to the center field. So Kane comes in hard and makes the play on the sinking liner, but the Braves do get 2, and that's going to tie our score at 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Now Ian Anderson facing the same fate. We are not going to leave him in there. He's gone 6 innings. He has reached his stamina limit. If he came out, he would have to. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Actually, he hasn't. Let's see if we can squeeze one more inning out of him. Maybe we can. If he gets into trouble, I'm sure Snicker is going to pull him very quickly. Hunter Renfro to the plate, 3-6 to an 8. 3-6 to an 8 is going to be a fly out to left center field. The left fielder Ozuna a few steps over to his left, and he makes the play. Be a 1-5 to a 6. This is Narvaez to the plate, and still pitching out of the second column. So typically when they are at their stamina and they start the inning, I don't move them down. But if he were to come out for the 8th inning, I would move him down a column. But so he's still pitching out of the second column. So this is going to be Narvaez, a 1-5 to him. He is a 6 batting runs, and that's going to be a single. So base knock for the catcher. That's his first hit of the day. It's 1 for 2 with a walk. And brings up Teron Taylor. That's a 3-4, and this is trouble. A 3-4 to a -1 is going to be a double. Don't need that part. This guy gets to third. We got a 5 speed here for Narvaez, which is average. We're going to go ahead and send him and be aggressive. So a 1-5 on the D9, he's safe. 6-9, he's out. And it's a 1. And Narvaez, they send the catcher, and he gets in. And the throw is late. So he scores on the RBI double. And the Brewers take the 4-3 lead. Should have pulled Anderson when we had the chance. Always, like I said, this always happens. Okay, gonna pull him now. He's lost the lead, and let's bring in a reliever. New pitcher for the Braves is going to be Spencer Strider, the young right-hander. And let's see what he can do. Anderson goes 6 1/3. He's responsible for the base runner at second base. And let's see how this goes for him. Bottom of the 7th inning, 1 out, 1 on, 1 already in for the Brewers. It's a 4-3 lead now. That's a 3-5 to Jace Peterson. A 3-5 to a 2. Batting runs will be a strikeout. So Strider wastes no time, comes in and gasses him for out number 2. Brings up Lorenzo Kane. Kane is 1 for 2 with a 2-run double back in the 2nd inning. He's a -7, so a 2-3 to a -7 is going to be a ground out with an error check, so ground ball to second base. Ozzie Albies, no problem, and he goes over to first for the out, and that will be it for Milwaukee. But they do score 1, and they take the 4-3 lead. So we head into the top of the 8th. It's going to be Williams, who has faced 3 batters. He can go 4 before he has to tire. And he's still pitching out this first column, so we'll leave him in there. And Arcia, Demerit, and Olson is who he'll be facing in the 8th inning. So 1-4 to a 2 is going to be a walk. So never a good idea to walk the leadoff man. And Travis Demerit, he's standing in. He had a sac fly. Call that a sacrifice fly. And that was back in the 1-2 3rd inning. That's this run here. And otherwise, he is over 3 on the day. It's a 1-2. That's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. A little dribbler down the line that Tellez takes right at the bag. He steps on first, but that is going to allow Arcia to go to second base. So it's going to be 3 unassisted on the putout for out number 1. Arcia will move down to second base, and it will be Matt Olson. Olson with 37 batting runs projected. A 1-3 to him is going to be a ground out to the shortstop. So we're going to go 6-3. The play's made out in front of Arcia, so he's not going to go anywhere. And that's going to bring up Austin Riley. Riley is 1 for 3. Does he have a big hit in him? Let's see. No, he does not. That's going to be a strikeout looking, and that's going to end the 8th inning and the threat for the Braves. So no runs on no hits. They did leave one runner in scoring position, and so Williams comes in and does his job, pitching 2 innings. And you know who you're going to see after this, right? You're going to see Josh Hader. We're going to keep Spencer Strider in the game. He'll be facing off against Colton Wong, Jose Urias, and Christian Yelich. None of those guys have a hit in this game. They are combined 0 for 9. So let's see what Strider does against them. That's going to be a 2-3. 2-3 to a 9 will be a ground out with an error check. So grounder right back to Strider. No problem for him as he gets it over first base and Olsen for out number 1. Brings up Urias. He is a 13 batting run, so there's a 1-5. 1-5 to a 13 will be a ground out, and that's going to be a grounder to the second baseman. And that's Albies, who makes the play over to first for out number 2. There's a 1-4 to a 2-3. A 1-4 to a 23 is going to be a base knock, and that's the first hit of the day for Yelich as he gets on with a base hit. Let's go ahead and try to steal with Yelich. He's a 7, and usually when guys are 7 or above, I like to try to steal with them. Maybe they can get an insurance run here. They're up 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning, so anything 1 to 7, he's going to be safe. 8 or 9, he's out. And he just gets in under the tag for the steal. And I believe that's the second stolen base of the day. Second steal for the Brew Crew. So, according to modern baseball, running wild. But now they have a runner at second base with 2 outs. And Rowdy Tellez at the plate. A 3-6. 3-6 to a 15 is going to be a fly ball down the right field line. Could be trouble, but Demerit races over and makes the play. Catches it just above his shoe tops, and that'll be out number 3. So he saves a run on the little flare to right field, and Yelich is stranded at second base. So no runs on 1 hit and 1 left on. We head to the top of the 9th inning. It's going to be Josh Hader time. Boy, if I could spell his name, that would be great. Hader is a lefty, and let me get back to him. I'm sure he has a minuscule FIP, but let's see, 2.12. And he can go 5 batters if necessary. This guy went his full amount. So Josh Hader comes in for the 9th inning. Let's see if he can close it out against Ozuna, d'Arnaud, and Ozzy Albies. It's a 2-6, 2-6 to a 0, and he's got the strikeout. So out number 1 as he gets Ozuna swinging at a fastball down and away. It's going to be Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher. He is 1 for 3. He had a home run, solo home run. Not going to happen this time. He does hit the ball down the left field line as he catches a fastball on the inside corner, but the left fielder Taylor is going to be there to make the play. So 2 down. The Braves down to their last out. Ozzy Albies is 2 for 3 with a home run and a single. A 1-5 to a 13. That'll be a ground out to the second baseman as Ozzy pulls it right to the second baseman Wong. Over to first, Tellez squeezes it, and that is your ball game as the Braves lose this one 4-3 in Milwaukee. Again, the real score in this game was 1-0, so very close in terms of proportionality. It's very close to the actual game, but well-pitched game from both sides. Hader comes in, gets the save. Who gets the win? I think Williams is going to get the win. Peralta did not get to see. I don't think he got to see that one. So Anderson's going to take the loss. Strider pitched 2 innings. Okay. Let me go back and figure everything out, and then we'll come back with the totals. And we're back with the totals. For the Braves, it's going to be 3 runs on 5 hits with 1 error. And for Milwaukee, 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Ian Anderson takes the loss. He goes 6 1/3, 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and 5 Ks. Freddie Peralta, pitched well, but gave up this home run here, and this home run here ultimately knocked him out of the win. So this that made it 3-2. This made it 3-3 as Williams came in and gave up the lead there. So Williams is going to take the win. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, and 1 K, filling up the stat sheet. Josh Hader comes in for 1 scoreless inning, 1, 2, 3. Notables for the Braves: Ozzie Albies 2 for 4 with a home run and a stolen base. That's really it. Darno had a home run in the 2-run 7th inning. And then Spencer Strider came in for the Braves. Pitched 1.2 innings, so 1 2/3. 1 hit, 1 K, no runs given up. For the Brew Crew, not a lot of notables here. Teron Taylor 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs, so he had a sac fly and a double for an RBI. And the big hit came from Lorenzo Kane back in the 2nd inning, a 2-run double here as he brought in the first 2 runs of the game. I'm sorry, he brought in the second 2 runs. Taylor had the first, and he had runs 2 and 3 in the game. Hard to say. Not really a player of the game here. I suppose if he had to choose someone, I don't know, Lorenzo Kane, I guess. So he's sort of a de facto player of the game. I think that's it. So this is a Braves instant replay. This game was played on May 16th, 2022. It was a 1-0 win by Milwaukee at home in the first game against the Braves in this set. They eventually have won the entire series 2-1 on a thriller last night, extreme inning thriller back and forth. And I think that's it. So we are using the Zips updated projections, and then I'm taking those projections and I'm parsing out the values that we need because they're not exactly given, but I can get to these numbers. I just have to do a little bit of math. If you want to actually play along, I release these projections every time that I play one of these games. So they're actually updated every 3 to 4 days, depending on how often the Braves are playing a new series. And where do I put those? I put them on the Facebook group for On Base Baseball. So if you want to join the group, all you have to do is answer a few questions, and I'll let you in. And then you can download those projections as I release them, usually the day of whatever the game is played. So this one, I released them on May 16th on the website, and they're up to date to that date as if the game hasn't been played yet. So that's how I've been playing it so far, and I think the games are good and realistic, a little bit better than the beginning when I was just using sort of the accumulated stats up to that point. But the roster sheets are just like some of the other roster sheets that we have. So they have all of the values you need in order to play on-base baseball right next to the player name, so you don't have to go searching for those values. Basically, you transfer those values to a score sheet like this one. This is the on-base baseball score sheet that allows you to put both teams on the same page and also have accumulated stats over to the right, at least for that game. And it also includes a bunch of statistics. If you don't know much about the players or the teams, you can see how they're performing. Some are just sort of regular traditional counting stats, and some are uh, newer types of uh, sabermetric or advanced stats. But it's not all sabermetric stats. You know, they have whip and Ks per nine and walks per nine and things like that. So it's been very fun and very cool to play these games. If you want to play along but you don't have the game engine chart, um, let me know and I can pass that along to you if you haven't purchased any of the on-base baseball games. And maybe I'll make that available. I think I've forgotten to make that available for download on onbasebaseball.com. There's a free page, and you can download some of the contextualized decade game engine charts. So, as baseball was played in the 1950s or 60s or 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s. I have those for a free download that you can use, and it looks just like this. You know, it's same format. It's just that the outcomes and the percentages here have been normalized for those decades. So that is the only difference. I will release this, try to remember to put that on the website. And you can play along with these, this sort of the modern era game engine chart that I've been playing with. Okay, if you have any questions or comments about this game or on base in general, or just want to shoot the breeze about baseball, leave a comment down in the comment section, and I'll get back to it as quickly as I can. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I'll be posting more content, I think, today. And so I've been playing on base. I've been playing Yaya tabletop baseball. Those are kind of where I am right now. But getting back to work on tabletop baseball manager. On base advanced will be coming out sometime, probably the second half of the year with the 2022 All Stars, which should be fun. And so I'll get to work on that after the All-Star game. And just whatever else I can think of to be putting on the Facebook or the to be putting on the YouTube channel. If you click subscribe and then you click the little bell, you'll be notified whenever new videos come up. So you get an email or a notification on your app if you have the YouTube app on your mobile device. And then you can just see that I posted something new and go right to it. I think we're up to almost 65 subscribers now, so really appreciative of everyone who's joined in. Appreciative of everyone who's joined into the game itself, both in helping to create it and in purchasing it. If you want to purchase more, there's more than just on base. We have on base advanced that you can check out. And we also have Quick Play Baseball, which is sort of a fast play baseball game. And you can find those at onbasebaseball.com. I'm developing a Yahtzee style baseball game, sort of Yahtzee inspired. It's called Yaya Tabletop Baseball. Brian Jordan, anytime anyone hits a home run, he's like going Yaya. So between Yahtzee and Yaya, a little inspiration there. Hopefully it's not, he doesn't have some sort of mark for that. But Yaya baseball is a lot of fun. I really like it. It brings some different elements into the game, and some cool elements for base running and some other things that are brought into the game. So still working on that, still perfecting that, seeing where that can go, and have some testers out there testing that. If you want to test the game, you can email me at onbasebaseball@gmail.com, and I'll send you a copy of version 3, which is where we are right now. And you can check that out and play. See if that's something that you like, or something you could give some feedback on if you're into testing new games. All right, I think that's it. Thank you for watching so much, and I'll see you again next time.